Thank you so much for coming, Joe. I had a question for you in regards to how you think NAFTA plays into this, the immigrants coming over here illegally.
NAFTA, let me tell you about this problem. It's not just it's very complex. You're talking about economics, you're talking about political, diplomacy. So it's a big picture to solve the problem, okay? And we have to address that. We have to do, what are we going to do on the immigration? I am against amnesty. I will never, never be for amnesty. And no, wait a minute, I'm going to tell you why. Forget all this other stuff. Look at fairness. My mother and father came here legally from Italy. Now, wait a minute. Right today, we got millions want to come into the United States. Millions. They don't come in. They wait. They have to get lawyers and immigration. And then we let people cross the Rio Grande or the Arizona border, and then you give them amnesty? That's not fair. They give the whole world amnesty. So that's why I'm against it. One reason, be fair about it. That's not fair, because you violate the law, you reward it. I'm not going to get into economy and medical, social programs and everything else, but it's not fair. And the president leads the nation, sets the tempo. The president does. He can't tell me what to do, but he sure has millions of federal employees under him. They can follow his lead. He can do that. He sets the tempo. Evidently, this president may not be setting the right tempo. He may not be listening to the Border Patrol, all the federal agents that really want to do something, and their hands are tied because of policies from Washington. So, but that's the way it goes. You guys can make a difference if you want to, 2 years from now.
Sheriff Joe, can Arizona legally secure its own border without the federal involvement?
Oh, this is a great, I love this question. Smart lady. You know what she said? Forget Arizona. Let's take the whole border. Can Arizona ever secure the border? Is that what you said? You will never, never secure the border. You better get that in your mind. I've worked that for 50 years. And what I'm getting at is this. Every politician, we must secure the border first. Oh, first. Then we will look into illegal immigration. You ever notice that? Why do they have to say first? Because they know the border will never be secure. And they're using that as a cop-out so they don't have to lock up people in this country here illegally. They don't want to address the 11, 12 million people. So I don't have a defeatist attitude. We want to reduce coming in, but you really think that you are going to close, nobody's going to come across that border illegally? Come on. They're going to keep coming. Other countries may have done it, maybe, but they're sure having shootings going on. I don't think our neighbor, Mexico, we should start a war. I'm not, because you can solve this problem other ways than just throwing machine guns at them and all that. But don't, even with the fence, oh, wait a minute, they have fences in other places. They still go over the fence. Do you really think the fence is going to stop dope peddlers from coming over? They'll fly over, they'll go under tunnels, they'll do it. They come across the port, the port, you catch them all the time going through the legitimate ports of entry. I'm not surrendering, but I want everybody to say, don't say first. Just say secure the border on that side, on the U.S. side, and enforce the illegal immigration, drugs in the United States. Don't blame the border all the time. That's what it gets me a little angry when all these politicians, they don't talk about inside. I'm the only guy locking up, people here illegally. And I'm going to tell you one statistic, you're going to be shocked because the media won't cover it. And I put 4 press releases out, wrote to the Secretary of Homeland Security 2 times, the new guy. He's going to get another one next week. So when you talk about the kids reporting to ICE in New York, okay, we did a survey in our jail. Let me just briefly say it. We checked 4,000 inmates that are there for all different types of crimes, but they happen to be here illegally. We turned all these people over to ICE. I wanted to know how many people are coming back since they're supposed to be deported. 37% of the people that we turn over to ICE have come back to the jail over and over and over again for all the different types of crimes. They should be deported. How come they keep coming back to jail? I'm not on the border here. I'm Phoenix. What does that mean? It means if they are deporting them, 4,000, they got a tough problem at the border. I know they have. But, or are they letting them out the back door? Are they letting all these criminals out the back door? I can't get anybody. I got the facts. I don't just talk about 36,000. I got the facts. I want an investigation. I want the Homeland Security to look at every one of these people and see what happened to them. I want to know why they keep coming back for sex crimes and everything else when they should have been deported. How do you figure that out? So it's, I don't know. I'm on my soapbox. I'm an old guy. They used to call it soapbox or whatever.
God bless you, Joe. We just love you to pieces. But I've got a question. We have a Marine that's over in Mexico right now being held. And I am from Texas, and I was informed that a Mexican military official crossed over into Roma, Texas, and the Mexican military met with our Border Patrol, and he was released. So why can't our Marine be released? Do you know anything about that?
Well, I don't want to get too deep into this. I'm going to go back. The reason I told you my experience, because I did learn something there, not just where the good Mexican restaurants are in Mexico. But I did talk to the mother of that guy, the sergeant. I think he's not active now. He's former, if I believe. But I did talk to the mother. And I haven't said this to anybody, but since we're in California and you're in San Diego, this is the forum. But I did talk to the mother, and I offered to go down there and meet with her son, which is dangerous for me because they sure know who I am in Mexico, and there are some hits out for me. Actually, I'm a little surprised. It started at 5 million. There's another one, went down to 2 million. I think the latest is only 300,000. So either I'm not worth much anymore or they don't have any money. But I was willing to do this. First time I mentioned this. Of course, she came right back and said, no, thanks. First yes and then no. But just don't overreact. And I'm going to leave it with this. Listen to something. Where is all people from White House, all the congressmen? Where is the uproar for this guy that's over there? There's something going on because you would have the White House, you would have all the congressmen, of course, that are running for office, all making a big, big deal. You had a couple that went over there. I don't understand this. Where is the uproar? Now, some of you are, you want to support the guy. Nothing's wrong with that. He's a veteran, fought for our country. We got to, just like I put the veterans in a separate area in the jail. But I don't understand where the uproar is. Can you guys answer? Where's, huh? The what? Well, hey, wait a minute. They may not care, but if it's politically astute, they would care. Sometimes politics is important to get things done. So I don't know what the story is. Not me. Has nothing to do with me. I just offered to go there. I had to figure out how to sneak in. Well, I had to figure out how to get in there and get back alive. But I probably would have done it through the State Department or through the Mexican to see how he's being treated, you know, have the sheriff. The real reason I wanted to do it, because they were going to have a press conference in San Diego, I wanted her to say, the sheriff is coming down there. So that would be a big news thing that would, I hope, would have elevated this to get other people interested in doing something. That was my theory, not to go, go talk to them. And I have the emails to show. I'm not the proof what I just told you. So I try to do my best, but it didn't work. Nobody wants me into Mexico to talk.